Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're going to talk about what is the next conscious level or the conscious comprehensive level of learning Islam within Muslims in America. And I have multiple videos where I talk about in Western or American society or the Muslims in American society, Western society, where the comprehension of the religion of Islam, it doesn't meet where it should be. Now, this could be derived why it's not at the level it should be, because it's a country, US is a country is really based on capitalist principles. So religion in some sense in American society, where social science, religion has been taken out of every construct of academics and government, right? So in Islam, Islam is outwardly religious, right? When it comes to our spirituality, when it comes to laws and governing, Islam, the Quran, and the Sunnah is the base. So the next we have to speak about how do the Muslim um, go to the next level with the Islam within America. From what I notice in America, that most Muslims or Islamic organizations also are only concentrated about building buildings or masjids and collecting donations. Now, they have their place, but we have noticed that what is the purpose of collecting money and building Islamic organizations based on donations or collecting donations when the Muslims do not have a clear goal? What is the next level of Islam in America? What are our goals? We already understand from one point that Muslims, when it comes to understanding the religion, that there's no Islamic universities in the U.S. There are Islamic schools or universities that are individuals' goals or were built based on individual goals, but many of them are not accredited. Many of them do not offer face-to-face education or face-to-face Islamic education, which means they don't have universities where you could go there and study. Most of it is based on distance learning, and most of the teachings are being taught in the English language, which is another issue related to preserving Islamic science. We won't be able to preserve it in the English language. So what is the next step for Muslims in America? What is our next, what are our main goals related to Islam? Some people might look at Islam as a personal belief or the individual belief, but collectively as a Muslim, we have goals. There are standards that we must keep up. And I find that within the US, that the Muslims in the US, that the knowledge is not there. Even the conversations about having qualified, elevated standard of understanding the religion, meaning universities, colleges, high schools, it's not there. This conversation is not there. And that will lead me to this conclusion that Islam in America really is not going to go too far if these things are not talked about and these things do not come about. If we don't have real institutions of higher learning related to Islam, or even from the academic, secular academic standards in America, we're having a Islamic academic understanding of education in America. If we don't have these type of standards, and this is not a conversation that the Muslims, especially people who are involved in dawah, people who are involved in Islamic education, people who are involved in building al-Waqf or Islamic organizations, then if this is not a conversation being talked, then there is no future for Islam in America. And from what I see from Islamic organization, it seems like how can Islam or Muslims in America, how can they immerse in Western kufr society? That's the only thing I see from a lot of Islamic organization is how can Muslims make non-Muslims accept them in American society. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Quran that they will never be pleased with you until you leave your religion, your way, your deen. So what is the real goals that Muslims need to have in this country? I don't hear people talking about it. I see mostly, like I said, Islamic organization. I'm focusing on getting more money, how to inclusion with the non-Muslims, how to make non-Muslims accept them, or be more acceptable to Muslims practicing Islam, to be more acceptable for American society or Western society, meaning getting further away from Islam. And from Islamic preachers or teachers, I see them struggling even to preserve Islam through teaching. Even the Islamic teachers and the callers of Islam, I'm not even seeing from them works of serious writings, books, textbooks, volumes of encyclopedia on Islamic knowledge. I don't see these things coming from a lot of Muslim callers. Like they're fighting to make the people practice Islam, or fighting to keep the people's Muslims, or fighting to teach the people Islam. So we have to have these discussions. And I'm Abu Bara Muhammad Amriki. If you like this video, please click like and share. Barakallahu feekum.